I'm trying out a new light thing, so I gotta wait for it to get a little darker. So I thought, maybe I'll live stream before I do that. But I have to get water time, and I need a snack. Oh, that's kind of sick. Oh, I had to go and I had to do dishes time. I get that a lot. WTF, WTF. I, in fact, have a playlist called WTF for that reason. All right. Anything useful from chats? No. Okay, cool. Hello, person. How are you doing today? Whew. I'm about to do some reading, but I really needed to figure out some snacks. All right. Pedro's. No, you're gone? Awesome. Okay. That's water. It was looking like soap, but it doesn't taste like soap too much. No, it tastes like soap. Hold on, I gotta do this again. I need some water. Okay. Hi. So this right here is a live stream of reading time. This is what we're reading, C++ All-In-One For Dummies. We're on book 4. There's 6 books in one. We're in book 4. I have this new light thing that my boyfriend got me like 2 weeks ago, and I'm trying out a different system, but I'm trying to wait for it to get a little darker before I do my dancing things that I do. So I thought I'll do a C++ All-In-One For Dummies stream, but also enjoy some popcorn time. This right here is Simple Truth. Kill popcorn. Because it's one of those things where I had like 2 breakfasts, so I'm not really doing in lunch right now, so a snack will be good. Oh, this right here is about C++, which is a coding language, programming language. So originally it started with C. That's still being widely used. But the problem with C is it's not what you could consider an object-oriented designing programming language. So there's been different efforts done to try to build on to C, to use the beautiful things about the C, but also to implement the object-oriented design functionality. So some of these descendants, if you will, of C that are also in use, again, it has an object-oriented design functionality that the C does not have, or C++. Another one is C#. So I kind of found out through master's. So little back story. I just spent 10 years getting into and then going through master's of science degree program for computer science, and so kind of learned a few things, and I'm like, hey, these live streams are an opportunity to share. Yay. So effectively we're talking about a language that is a descendant of C that apparently is a lot, can handle big data a lot more efficiently, from which I found out taking my big data class back in the spring, than something like a Python. Python is definitely the go-to, and it's got a lot of great libraries that people love to use, and you can use that with your, what do you call it, Jupyter Notebooks, etc. But this guy, if you really want to do a cool thing and save some time, they also have libraries. C++ apparently is a better way. Who knew? Because when I was taking machine learning, we were doing the Python, and it was all about effectively exploring libraries in Python to do things. Where, technically speaking, I don't think the teacher had the time to teach the class, so she kind of found things online, and which meant the answers were likely online too. And this was before AI started being very big. So anyway, I'm not into cheating, but if I make several attempts to try to meet with you during your office hours, just to try to make sure I'm on the right track and you're not available, and I find something that can help me check my work, okay. All right, popcorn. I'm really hungry, so I'm gonna be crunching for a bit. And I'll be reading for a bit and see, I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe two, best case. Could be less, depends if my boyfriend calls. I think he won't for a while. We just got done seeing each other for a bit. Okay. I just need a little bit to last me for dinner time, which is kind of like at 6 my time, which is Pacific Standard Time. All right, if anybody, just a word of warning, if anybody ends up getting anything that is help or review, that's not get reviewed. That's just going to stay in limbo. I really, truly do not have time for shenanigans. No, sir, or ma'am, or whomever. I have enough going on with my real life. My apologies, I forgot. I was supposed to go with that. I'll be back. Oh, I guess I should do some shameless self-promotion time. Sure, let me do that a bit. All right, get ready for a plug. I just need a little more popcorn now. So, the good news is, upon my last viewing of the count, I have 254 subscribers. So, YouTube has some metrics that they look for. The very least amount of subscribers you can have to qualify for anything monetizable or whatever is 500. So it's a little over half. So that's pretty awesome, considering that when I started doing new things, I've done YouTube things before, but this is the newest thing. I think I had like 12 subscribers. So yay, that's awesome. I really love that. I'm so glad that people are liking my things. Okay. As far as the watch hours go, and I don't expect that to ever like happen. All right. The shorts, you need to really come up. I guess I have too much real life things to deal with to make shorts work. Because you need, within a 90-day period, you need to be able to get enough shorts views and no. And also, I'm just not interested in trendy things. Sorry, my hair's still like a mess. But the other way is watch time. But it's an exclusive or a situation. Okay. Where the watch time for the shorts does not count toward your watch time. So I'm learning that these lives count. And when I start making just videos, that'll count. Alright. I'm just gonna keep shoving popcorn in my mouth. Yes, I understand people have stupid ass jokes about my teeth. Okay then. Like I don't already know they have problems. Technically speaking, my dad had the money to get the braces that I needed, and my brother too, and he decided to spend the money elsewhere. Technically, he kind of scammed it off our grandma at the time, his own mother. Oh well, I'm still poor. Maybe one day I'll be rich enough to deal with Invisaligns or something. That's a frustrating thing. I do all of this to get done, to get into and get done with Masters of Science for Computer Science, and I graduate back in May this year, and I have no idea how to do anything better than what I'm already doing as far as my job. Alright, I'm still trying to get this thing to turn on. Okay, it's coming on, I think. Okay, so it seems like this particular setting I have on this light that is in front of me is changing colors.
Now connected to desktop CFS.
And as it's getting darker, this does seem like the intensity of the light is... I'm always multitasking, don't mind me. It's the likely ADHD I probably have. Alright. Again, a lack of time, a lack of money. Living in the United States of America, there's like a lot of stuff you never have time to get diagnosed. And then when I was a child, ooh, so many things are happening other than me. So I wasn't exactly a priority there. That's okay. Alright, here we go. Shameless self-promotion again. If that gets help for you, that's where it stays. I'm not reviewing it. Okay, flip. Alright, so here's my YouTube, right? So I just did a couple of live streams yesterday. I'm just pretty much randomly doing these. So I did my dance break live. That's not here yet. I did a live cleaning before that. I was demoing how to clean. Here, let me go and bend it right for you. Hopefully I don't spill this fucking water though. My apologies on the cussing. I'm super frustrated and it's hard not to these days. Alright, let's go through my messy apartment. Alright, so I cleaned this up yesterday. So if you want to see the how-to on how to make this nice and clean using Pledge products, that's what that's about. Okay. Messy messies. So much messies. One of these days I'm going to get things on track. Did I mention 10 years? Grad school? Getting into and getting through? You're right. Pledges. Hi there, Gosha Gasha. What's up? I did a pledge thing. It was great. Alright, here we go. So that's what I did. And then I did the dance. I did 2 hours of dancing time. Split up. Starting with Twitch for 30 minutes. Just dancing. And then some incidentals. then going to YouTube, then going to TikTok, then finishing up with some Instagram. So, shameless self-promotion time. This is previous things that I did. This is not my stuff. This is something I collected back when I was first starting. As far as my things, let's see. I do have playlists. I have some Aerosmith dances. There's 2 there. Katy Perry. Housekeeping. C All-In-One For Dummies. That's where this one's going in. Halloween. That was special number 2. Tate McRae dances. Grady and the other one, she did that before that. But these, I have to do the It's Okay, I'm Okay. That will go there when I do. Sabrina Carpenter. And then Kanye West. Nate Was to Battle. Taylor Swift. Brandy. If it's more than one, it's likely in a playlist. Birthday Week. That's got 12 videos. It was a fun time to do my birthday and Michael Jackson's birthday time. That was before everything went totally freaking crazy this year. Ooh, I think I need to add Slave to the Lord to Michael Jackson. Anyway, Michael Jackson dances. SZA. I got 2 there. Fan favorites. If it hits anything 80 or better, it's up there. Cringe. If somebody leave it cringe, it goes in cringe. WF. That's that one. Trey Songz dances. Tate McRae. I already said that, didn't I? FNAF inspired. My battery's ringing low. It's plugged in though. Okay, hold on. How's my battery ringing low? You're getting in the way of my shameless self-plug. Hello? It says it's charging. Sure. We'll see what happens. Anyway. Tate McRae, FNAF inspired dances. I was trying to do the full week for the anniversary. But then I went to go visit my family, so then it became about birthday things, but not mine. My sister's birthday. We already talked about that one. How do I have that twice? Oh, maybe I should fix that. Maybe later. Or put in fire dances. Just a hands, her dance break. Friday sound off. Oh yeah, I should. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They all have something going on. The weekdays are themed. So when I do my thing today, that's going to be a Monday mood control song, which means it's going to be about feelings. Oh, hi, Ryan. So something about feelings, anger or sadness or, whatever, emo type things, that kind of thing. That's what's in Monday mood control. Where's that? This one. There's 21 songs in there. Then Tuesday is about the groovin'. Tuesday groovin'. Then Wednesday is about the lovin'. Wednesday lovin'. Then there's Thursday throwback. Then there's Friday sound off. And then Saturday and Sundays are all about the dance breaks. So whatever I feel. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All that's been set. So everything's got a playlist. 254 subscribers upon my last look. Watch time, that's tricky. Shorts, that seems impossible. Short views, very impossible. Because I'm not trendy. And that's fine. Alright. Continued self-plugging. Alright, Becky828. On my YouTube. Okay. TikTok, I don't have playlist functions yet. Maybe later. I don't know, I zoomed in so much. Can I zoom out? Okay, cool. All right. Here's a rundown. No, I'm not getting closer. If you're interested, Becky828 on TikTok. Been busy this year. I was going a lot faster than I tried to do this the other day. I guess because when I tried to do it the other day, I was using the computer, so it was laggy. But I'm not using the computer right now. I'm holding my phone. And my phone's not on the internet. It's on the Verizon network. So, quite a few things. If you like improv dance, I've got the YouTube shorts. I've got the TikToks. There was an occasion where I was at the mall on 4th of July and saw some seagulls and tried to make a thing with that. That's those two. That was fun. So, that's TikTok. Becky828. Okay. All right. Becky828 is also Twitch. I was doing a lot on Twitch and YouTube back then and Instagram. I took a break because, again, grad school. Lots of grad school stuff. Yeah. So, been doing some things here and there. Let's see. I don't think I really have anything. Like, I don't think my settings right now are set to, like, save anything. I don't think. Oh, by the way, if I do any coding, it's probably going to be like this, where I have to hold. Because I don't trust my computer to actually be able to run the coding software and the recording software at the same time. So, it's probably going to be like this. Until I can finance or figure out another way of paying for a computer. This computer is maxed out. I used it for like the last, oh no, all of grad school. All of grad school. Those 4 years, those COVID years, I was in grad school. It was great. And this computer is about to tap out. Oh, thank you, Gosha or Gasha. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you to be a cheerleader. But anyway, I'll probably just keep dealing with this, but I'm just going to have to hold it like this and be like, hey, look at this coda I did. Don't you like it? But I have to say, at least I remember back in the day, this was not as clear, and you would always see, like, whenever you try to hold up a camera to a screen, you would always see the lines moving. So, hey, at least we don't have to deal with that. Or else, anyway, I'm trying to see what's even on here. I'm like, so not even sure. All right, let's see if I can just look at my profile. Because I don't even know if what I did on Sunday, yesterday, the first thing I did for 30 minutes, or a thing I did on Saturday, or even like here. Let's see. So that's my, again, Becky828. Easy enough. Oh, it is. Great. So they're both here for like 7 days. I am too poor to afford my Prime membership, so I had to stop it, unfortunately. So now I only have a limited amount of time before this goes away. So if you're at all interested in checking out what I did on Twitch yesterday or Saturday, the clock is ticking on that one. and fun. Tick, 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 ticking. Just constantly ticking. Let's see. All right, so that's Twitch. Let me see. I could do a little bit more shameless self-plugging. It's probably a lot more interesting than C++ All-In-One For Dummies for some of you guys. All right. Yeah, I don't have a schedule. My life's crazy. You're funny, Twitch. Okay, let's see. Something. I was trying. That's right. I'm like, how much longer is this gonna be here? That's what I was trying to figure out. When does it expire? Because I can't afford the Prime membership right now. Ha ha. Life's great. Okay, pretty much done with the popcorn time. 2 more pieces. I don't feel like eating the one off the table, so I'm not. Pay a lot of money? Oh, I don't know. The thing with Twitch is it's a little harder. Here, we'll talk about that. First, I'm just trying to see how long this is gonna. Yeah, 6 days. So if you guys are at all interested in what I just did yesterday or Saturday, the clock's ticking. You got effectively 6 days, or pretty much 5 days and like 2 hours, something like that. Because I did both like somewhere around 4 p.m. So as far as Twitch, okay, Twitch is tougher than YouTube. So Twitch, what do you call it? Monetize? Let's just put it that way. I swear, this stuff is like kind of a pain in the butt. And as someone who did a door dashing and Lyft driving, yeah, this is a kind of a pain in the butt. It's really hard to make money doing door dashing or Lyft driving, and somehow this just seems harder. What's hard about the door dashing, Lyft driving and stuff is the expenses don't make sense. So you end up pretty much there's no profit. Whatever you might have gotten for supposed income just gets put in your gas tank or on your mileage. But this is just like TikTok. Hold on. No, I don't want notifications. Okay, hold on. I swear. Now we're just talking about random things that involve, hold on, monetization. And in case anyone's interested in this topic, if they're trying to, if you haven't noticed, the key theme here that I've been having is life after grad school. That's technically the key theme. It just has a lot of different parts to it. And part of one of them is, what in the world? I've been doing student living for so long, or living as a student for so long, that I literally don't know the first thing about how I'm supposed to be a real person job, have a real person job, make real person money, get that kind of job. No clue. So while I'm doing that, I'm like, hey, I don't think there's such a thing anymore. It's the day and age of a map pad or a Markiplier. Seems like that is gone. And it doesn't seem like you can really make money doing the TikTok or the Twitch or the YouTube. But let me at least see what's up. So I've been doing some research. So some people might benefit from the research. But effectively, you can do a few things. And I think, okay, I would have to leave. Assuming I can't pull up TikTok Studio from my computer. Let me check. Because if I leave the app, then I lose connection to you guys. Kind of defeats the purpose of it. Let's see. Okay, so here's TikTok Studio. I'm trying to see if they got the part about the monetization here. No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. They have the Creator Academy, but I don't know if that technically qualifies. Okay. Okay, back to the query I made about Creator Camp. Oh, okay, I guess that does eventually. Okay. So bits are a thing. I don't think I can actually look. Okay. Let me just put it this way. If I made $5 so far with TikTok Live, which I was able to unlock that part, I don't think I did. I think it's less than $5. So, as far as trying to make something with TikTok, I don't know how to do that yet. Or YouTube. But when it comes to Twitch, here's what you need. So I already went over the YouTube 500 subscribers and either 3,000 watch time hours or some like crazy number of views. Crazy for me within a 90 because again, it's 90 days versus 365 days. Like, seems a little more doable to try to do the 365. Both might be just not very doable for me, but I don't know. I guess it just depends on those who are trying to actually make it work with the YouTube, like where the strings are. So far, mine are neither, and I'm okay with that. That's really not the purpose of what I'm doing this for anyway. Okay, so then for Twitch monetizing, oh, that was Twitch. I'm just tripping. All right, cool beans. So you can get bits, but I think you have to be able to have a certain number of, I mean, I guess we could run the learning problem, but you have to have a certain number of subscribers. Hold on, let me just, all in all, that's called lots of stuff that involves hoops to jump through. And did I mention I just spent 10 years, like, effectively getting into and done with grad school, and also have a real life that involves real job. So I don't really have time to just go through their stuff. I already have a lot of my own. But regardless, in case anyone is interested, just from the standpoint of, hey, here's some dancing videos that you might not see because they're not on YouTube, and you want to go check them out, they are on TikTok. And live stream is something I'm looking forward to doing. Here too, I just started there too on what I'm showing on the Instagram. So I don't expect monetizing to be a thing. If it happens, cool beans. But I think personally, I'm going to go ahead and have to bite the bullet and get a real big person job with the degree that I made, which means I'm probably going to end up working in an industry I really, really don't want to work in. Either that or I'm going to end up running to PhD land. I don't know. I do know I got to figure out my stuff. That's the only thing I know for sure. All right. So, I think I've done enough sufficient boring people with talking about monetizing and the lack of ability to do that. Yeah, it does seem a bit like a headache. So, for those who can invest the time and energy to try and pursue that kind of thing, cool. But I don't know. I just am motivated by things that involve school or things that I find very interesting, like computer science, because I like not just going and jumping through hoops. That's kind of dull and boring. Okay, Ryan, did I chase you off with all the boringness about the shameless self plugs and stuff? Probably. All right, Gasha or Gosha, thanks for sticking around. Okay. I think I feel a little bit better since I had a little popcorn time. Got a little bit of water. Looking forward to finishing that. All right. I kind of got this table a little too wet. This is a library book. Even if it wasn't, I should probably not make the book wet. All right, here we go. Let's get some reading time in because I'm trying to get this book all done by the time I have to turn it in on the 5th. Okay, so did I lose my... Yes. It's kind of better not to lose that, but I have a pretty good idea about where I left off. And that was that I didn't want to deal with. That's right. We just started book 4, Advanced Programming. And I don't know where the thing I was using as a bookmark went, so I'm just gonna have to figure out some random piece of junk that makes sense to use. There it is. I feel great. Here we go. Starting off on book 4 of 6. In this book called C All-In-One For Dummies is broken into 6 books. We're starting book 4 right there, and it's called let's see. Sorry, that's a chapter. The book is called Advanced Programming, and the first chapter of that is there. There, and that is working with arrays, pointers, and references. All right, let's do that. Okay, make some adjustments here. Okay. Chapter 1. Working with arrays, pointers, and references. In this chapter, working with arrays and multidimensional arrays, understanding the connection between arrays and pointers, dealing with pointers in all their forms, using reference variables. If you're interested in knowing why I'm not trying to do dry erase board stuff or whatever, I'm trying to return this as library book, as I mentioned. So I'm just trying to finish it ASAP. When the C programming language, predecessor to C++, came out in the early 1970s, it was a breakthrough because it was small. C had built-in keywords, but by functions. What? Let me back that up. I can't believe I messed that up. When the C programming language predecessor to C++ came out in the early 1970s, it was a breakthrough because it was small. C had only a few keywords. Tasks like printing to the console were handled not by built-in keywords, but by functions. Technically, C++ is still small, so what makes C++ big? The language itself is small, but its libraries are huge. The language is small, but is extremely sophisticated, resulting in millions of things you can do with the language. In this chapter, we give you the full rundown of topics that lay the foundation for C++, arrays, pointers, and references. In C++, these items come up again and again. We assume that you have a basic understanding of C++. That is, that you understand the material in Book 1 and Book 2. Chapter 1. You know the basics of pointers and arrays, and maybe just a teeny bit about references, and you're ready to grasp them thoroughly. Building up arrays. As you work with arrays, it seems like you can do a million things with them. This section provides the complete details on arrays. The more you know about arrays, the less likely you are to use them incorrectly, which would result in a bug. Remember, know how to get the most out of arrays when necessary, not just because they're there. Avoid using arrays in the most complex way imaginable. Declaring arrays. The usual way of declaring an array is to simply line up the type name, followed by a variable name, followed by a size in brackets, as in line of code. I'm trying to, I kind of like not being able to have to show the code, but I still want to make sure that people who actually want to look at the code can see that. So it says int numbers, and then it's got those braces on the inside. And my light fell. Great. And my phone fell. Alright. This code declares an array of 10 integers. The first element gets index 0, and the final element gets index 9. And there goes light again. Fun times. Always remember that in C++, arrays start at 0, and the highest index is 1 less than the size. Remember, index refers to the position within the array, and size refers to the number of elements in the array. A common question that usual programming student, that's next to impossible. Hold on. A common question that the usual programming student asks is, can I just declare an array without specifying the size? The line would look like this. Int numbers. Oh, thank you, Heartthrob. That's kind of you to see. In certain situations, you can declare an array without putting a number in the brackets. Pardon me, popcorn in my throat. For example, you can initialize an array without specifying the number of elements. So, this is int my numbers, then the braces equals, and then you use your curly braces, and inside you put in the numbers that you want to be part of that array. The compiler is smart enough to count how many elements you put inside the braces, and then the compiler makes that count the array size. Specifying the array size helps decrease your chances of having bugs. Bugs everywhere, bugs. Plus, it has the added benefits that in the actual declaration, if the number in the braces does not match the number of elements inside braces, the compiler issues an error, at least if the number is smaller anyway. The following: int my numbers 5, So you're trying to say that the size is 5, but then you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 within the curly braces, then it's going to yield the compiled error that looks like error, too many initializers for int and 5 within the brackets. Oh, thank you, Arthur. That's also very kind of you to say. I appreciate the compliment and also the subscription. But if the number in brackets is greater than the number of elements as in the following code, you will not get an error, so be careful. So in this case, if you set the size equal to 15, but you only need to put things in there, oh boy, there's no error afoot, but something is definitely amiss. You also can skip specifying the array size when you pass an array into a function like this. Int add up, int numbers, int count, int loop, int sum equals 0, for loop equals 0, loop, as long as loop is less than count, increment loop, sum plus equals numbers, loop, return sum. Int, I did that, yeah. And then this technique is particularly powerful because the add up function can work for any size array. You can call the function like this. Yes, I am on Instagram. Do I need to, oh, you missed the shameless self-plug. Okay, hold on. I'll take a break. Hi there. I already shared it on the screen. Privacy, etc. I probably will just up in the chat this time. Alright, we're gonna be right here. Oh. I am trying to get through this book and have it returned by the 5th of December. Coming around the corner. So, I'm gonna try to get back to that ASAP. Okay, cool.
Now connected to desktop CFS-NEO.
Thanks, Alexa. Okay. Oh, come on. Hi, River. Don't be mean. Hold on. My computer likes to give me the business. It wasn't earlier, but now it is. But for some reason, I don't know how to drop chats in on my phone. So, yeah, yesterday, I think, or the day before, I was like, oh, I could just do that on my computer. What hours yesterday, yeah. Okay. I'm getting the business. I don't want the business, but here we are anyway. Alright, let me just let that. Really? No internet? Why can't I have internet? Okay, great. Okay, yes. Pending. Reading. Let's see. No, I hear you. I was just trying to drop it in the such in the chat, but I don't have access to that on my phone. If I do, I have no idea how to do it. I know how to start a poll. Oh, now I'm okay. Okay, hold on. Let me find this live stream. Okay, I'm live. looking at myself. Fun times. Okay, hopping in the chat. Been a while since I did this kind of stuff. Okay, that's Instagram. Okay, reading. Oh no, I hear your heart throb, but I'm strictly, I don't mind doing lives. There's an Instagram live thing, that could be a fun time. Okay, gotta continue on, because I do have a due date is when I'm trying to return this. I got this back in May, just after I graduated, and wasn't making much progress until I started doing the live streams here, and that was helping me make some progress. It's just been like a very crazy, busy, stressed out kind of year for some reason. All right, here we go. This technique is particularly powerful because the add-up function can work for any size array. We can call the function like this. Okay, gotta get back to that. C out, add up my numbers 10 in line. But this way to do it is kind of annoying because you have to specify the size each time you call into the function. However, you can get around this problem. Look at this line of code. C out, add up my numbers, size of my numbers divided by 4 in line. With the array, the size of operator tells you how many bytes it uses, but the size of the array is usually the number of elements, not the numbers of bytes. So you divide the result of size of by 4, the size of each element. But now you have that magic number 4 sitting there. By magic number, we mean a seemingly arbitrary number that's stuffed somewhere into your code. So a slightly better approach would be to enter this line. C out, add up my numbers, size of my numbers, divided by size of int end line. Now this line of code works, and here's why. The size of the array divided by the size of each element in the array gives the number of elements in the array. All right, let me take a break from that camera. Oh, thank you. Oops. Oh, I'm just falling everywhere. Sorry, this is a heavy gravity stream for some reason. That occasionally happens for me. Lots of gravity action. Ooh, we kind of have a thing. Okay. At least it's not taking me down. It used to be when I was growing up. It would usually take me down. It was a fun time. Just random falling for some reason. Still don't quite know why. I think it was the error thing because eventually it just stopped being a thing by the time I hit high school. Or at least I realized it stopped being a thing by the time I hit high school. I don't know. One of those. All right. So eventually, oh, thank you. So eventually, the slippery socks on trying to do the sock dances, that's bound to take me out. Hopefully not for too long though. Okay, so arrays and pointers. The name of the array is a pointer to the array itself. The array is a sequence of variables stored in memory. The array name points to the first item. This is an interesting question about pointers. We have a function header, such as the following line, and just use size of to determine how many elements are in the array. If so, this function wouldn't need to have the caller Specify the size of the array. Int add up. Sorry, if it has something going on. Calling? No, sir. I'm not available for calling. I have a boyfriend, and yeah, he's not a fan of anything like that. So that's going to be a no on that one. You could call, but I'm not answering. In add up int numbers. But awesome, you going by your handle with the heartthrobness. Consider this function found in the array 0, 1 example, and also thank you, John King, and a main that calls it void process array int numbers. See out inside function size in bytes is size of numbers in line int main int argc char star argv int my number. See why I have to show this. I don't want to say all of the little bits and pieces. That's too much. My brain can't handle that. And yours probably is like, no. Yes, sir. No, I'm not a granny. Not sure where you got that one from. Int my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See out outside function size in bytes is see out size of my numbers in line. Process array in my numbers, return 0. When you run this application, here's what you see. OF? I don't know what that is. I cannot answer that question. Outside function, size in bytes is 40. Inside function, size in bytes is 4. Outside the function, the code knows that the size of the array is 40 bytes. Gee whiz, heartthrob. Someone's getting a little cranky. Calling people grannies and stuff. Seeing them old and then retracting their message. Fun. But why does the code think that this... outside the function, the code knows that the size of the array is 40 bytes. But why does the... And there goes our light again. The code think here. I know, fix. Outside the function, the code knows that the size of the array is 40 bytes. But why does the code think that the size is 4 after it is inside the array? The reason is that even though it appears that you're passing an array, you're really passing a pointer to an array. The size of the pointer is just 4, and so that's what the final C outline prints. Declaring arrays has a slight idiosyncrasy. When you declare the array by giving a definite number of elements such as int, remember, declaring arrays has a slight idiosyncrasy. When you declare an array by giving a definite number of elements such as int my number's 5, the compiler knows that you have an array, and the size of operator gives you the size of the entire array. The array name then is both a pointer and an array. But if you declare a function header without an array size, such as void process array int numbers, the compiler treats this simply as a pointer and nothing more. This last line is in fact equivalent to the following line, so those are equal. Void process array int star numbers. Thus, inside the functions that either line declares, the following two lines of code are equivalent. Numbers 3 equals 10 is equivalent to star numbers plus 3 equals 10. Heartthrob, no thank you. And also, no thank you. Goodness. Hi, Christopher. Thompson. So this right here is C++ All-in-One for Dummies. It has 6-in-1 books, and we just recently started book 4, which is called Advanced Programming. Just a heads up, this is what you call the 3rd edition. If you want to learn about the latest edition, that's currently the 4th edition. But, you know, as things become needing updates, they update them as they can. So the best way to figure out the latest edition is to just look up through Google your favorite search engine, C++ All-in-One for Dummies, and look for the For Dummies webpage associated with this book, and that'll get you the latest copy of this book. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So we were talking about that. And we talked about that. And those are equivalent. There we go. This equivalence means that if you use an extern declaration on an array, such as extern int my numbers, and then take the size of this array, the compiler will get confused. Here's an example. If you have 2 files, numbers.cpp and main.cpp, where numbers.cpp declares an array and main.cpp externally declares it, as shown in the array 02 example, you will get a compiler error if you call size of. So it says #include iostream using namespace standard extern int my numbers int main int argc char star argv cout size of my numbers in line return 0. In code blocks, which is the compiler we're using for most of this book, see Appendix B for more information. The GCC compiler gives us this error. Error, invalid application of size of to incomplete type int. Heartthrob. Someone who's been dating me for 17 years? You probably have jokes about that too? Okay. I really don't care. I hope you're understanding that part. Okay. So, the solution is to put the size of the array inside brackets. Just make sure that the size is the same as in the other source code file. You can make out the compiler by changing the number and you won't get an error. But that's bad programming style and just asking for errors. Remember, although an array is simply a sequence of variables all adjacent to each other in memory, the name of an array is really just a pointer to the first element in the array. You can use the name as a pointer. However, do that only when you really need to work with a pointer. After all, you really have no reason to write code that is cryptic, such as star numbers plus 3 equals 10. The converse is also true. Look at this function. Void process array int star numbers, cout numbers 1, end line. This function takes a pointer as a parameter, yet we access it as an array. Again, we do not recommend writing code like this. Instead, we recommend that you understand why code like this works. That way, you gain a deeper knowledge of arrays and how they live inside the computer. And this knowledge, in turn, can help you write code that works properly. Okay, I'm going to have to take a break from this camera. Ooh, because it's getting a little tense trying to just hold that up nice. Oh, you're welcome, Christopher. Okay. So, technical stuff. Even though throughout this chapter, we're telling you that the array name is just a pointer, the name of an array of integers isn't the exact same thing as a pointer to an integer. Check out these lines of code found in array 03 example. Hold on. Before I show off that, I do need to take a little bit of a break. Heartthrob? No, I'm not a retired that. You're funny. Goodness. Goodness gracious. We definitely got entertainment today. This is not a dancing stream, my friend. This is a C++ All-In-One For Dummies stream. I pretty much can only do the dancing stream once a week. I do have a real life that involves putting my energy in it. I did 2 solid hours yesterday, split as far as just dancing. 30 minutes on Twitch, 30 minutes here on YouTube, 30 minutes on TikTok, 30 minutes on Instagram, and I'm tired. And then today I was out helping my boyfriend with his stuff. So no dancing stream today. Okay, let me do this part. Okay, so it says int lots of numbers, 50, int x, lots of numbers equals ampersand x. Take a break from that. We're trying to point the lots of numbers pointer to something different. Something declared as an integer. The compiler doesn't let you do this. You get an error. That wouldn't be the case if lots of numbers were declared as int star. So the asterisk, lots of numbers. Then this code would work. But as written, this code gives you a compiler error. And believe it or not, here's the compiler error we get in code blocks. It says error incompatible types in assignment. That error I got a lot. When I was first learning C++, this time last year, when I was taking my dear friend, how old is your mother for you to think that I am the age of a granny? Is your mother, was she 13 years old when she had you? Because I'm not granny age. Unless you come from a world where your mom was 13 months when she had you, and you're 13 and she's 26. And just so you know, 13's a bit on the young end. Now, I could have been a granny. Technically speaking, I could have had a kid when I was 8 or 9. I made better choices with my life, though. No, I'm nobody's granny. Technical stuff. Did that part. Also, nobody's mommy. So, can't be a granny if I can't be a mommy. That's just not how science works. But as written, this code gives you a compiler error, etc. Okay, all right, great. Oh yeah, that error I got a lot when I was first trying to learn C++, back when I was taking my advanced object-oriented programming class, this time last year. Okay, we're trying. This error implies the compiler does see a definite distinction between the two types, int star and int with the braces. Nevertheless, the array name is indeed a pointer, and you can use it as 1. You just can't do everything with it that you can with a normal pointer, such as reassign it. If we were philosophers, we might argue that an array name's type is not equivalent to its equivalent. But we're not philosophers. So when we suggest something like that, we're only being equivalent to philosophers. Tip: when using arrays, then we suggest the following tips. These will help you keep your arrays bug-free. There's no anger. I'm just, again, in the middle of reading. I think you forgot that part. And yeah, you're right. This is not the shirt to be wearing today, but this was the shirt I was wearing today. So I'm just gonna do this. If I have to zip up nicely, then fine. Okay. Keep your code consistent. If you declare, for example, a pointer to an integer, do not treat it as an array. Keep your code clear and understandable. If you pass pointers, it's okay to take the address of the first element, as in ampersand, parentheses, my numbers, straight braces with a 0 in the middle. If this makes it go clearer, it's equivalent to just my numbers. When you declare an array, always try to put a number inside the brackets unless you're writing a function that takes an array. When you use the extern keyword to declare an array, go ahead and also put the array size inside brackets. But be consistent. Don't use the number one number one time, the different number another time. The easiest way to be consistent is to use a constant such as const int array size equals 10 in a common header file, and then use that in your array declaration into my array size. Hi, Anton. How are you doing? I'm being called Granny for some reason. That's changed. It's amazing. Very naughty today, and also rude. Naughty and rude. Okay, let's see. Okay, Arthur, thank you for being kind again. They were like that sweet and sour candy. Those Sour Patches. Okay, let's see. Okay, external brackets equals 10, common header file, etc. Okay, sure. Let's pretend I read that all. Okay, using multi-dimensional arrays. Arrays do not have to be just, this is helpful for computer vision, because when you're talking of computer vision, you're definitely at least using a two-dimensional array when you're talking about matrix. And also this is a helpful thing for some algorithms when you want to, for instance, when you're working through grids or something that's grid-like, where you have a row situation and column situation. Like, for instance, the night puzzle. Good times. I enjoyed my major, even if I'm hoping to figure out a way to make it make money and sense, but I did enjoy it though. Hard job. You're just a lot. You're too funny. All right. Let's see. Using multi-dimensional arrays. So that part, arrays don't have to be just one-dimensional. You can declare a multi-dimensional array as shown in the array 0, for example, in listing 1-1. Listing 1-1 using a multi-dimensional array. Oh, I have to show. Right. Here we go. Okay. Include IOStream. Include CST-D lib for library. Using namespace standard. I'm just going to say what it means. You guys can pay attention to letters if you want. Int memorize this 10, 20. Int mean. Int argc, trustar argv. Int xy for x equals 0 as long as x is less than 10. Increment x. For y equals 0, y is less than 20. Increment y. Memorize this. Xy equals x star y. In this case, that means multiplied. C out, memorize this, 913, inline. C out, size of, memorize this, divide by size of int, inline, return 0. When you run this, memorize this gets filled with the multiplication tables, thus the clever name. Here's the output for the application, which is the contents of memorize this, 913, and then the size of the entire two-dimensional array. So 117 is the value of 9 times 13, so the product of that, and then the size of the entire array is 200. Tip, and indeed, 9 times 13 is 117. This size array is 200 elements because each element being an integer is 4 bytes. That means that the size in bytes is 800. Now that's especially an important thing to note when you're dealing with networking, because you have to be able to, when you're trying to calculate how quickly something can get sent, it is definitely a factor of the size, which has a lot to do with the number of bytes that are within a certain packet, etc. So, fun. Okay, let's see. Tip, you can have many dimensions, but be careful. Every time you add a dimension, the size multiplies by the size of that dimension. Thus, an array declared like the following line has 48,600 elements for a total of 194,400 bytes. Int big stuff 435359, and the following array has 4,838,400 elements for a total of 19,353,600 bytes. That's about 19 megabytes. And really big stuff, 8, 6, 10, 6, 5, 7, 12, 4. Okay. So then it goes into warning. Here, I gotta take a break from that. Stacy, oh, she's fine. California, I'm in California. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I guess they had math, so I'm just reading math. I mean, computer science is applied math, so technically you're not wrong. This is math. Arthur, you were just laying it on. Gosh, you're just too much. All right. Warning, if you really have this kind of data structure, consider redesigning it. Any data stored like this would be downright confusing. Unfortunately, the compiler will stop you from going totally overboard. Just for fun, we tried this giant monster. Hold on, I need water time. I don't know about all that. You just seem to be There's nothing to turn down. It's too... Okay. My boyfriend's trying to help me get the lights, like, better. But he's, like, turn down the... Look. This is a 5. That's a 5 already. I don't... Okay. I guess I gotta turn it down to 1. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit darker. It's not there yet. Before I do tonight's dancing videos. No, not streams, just videos. All right. Okay, heartthrob. That's kind of you to say. Let me focus on showing this guy. Okay, so this is what they're saying is the giant monster. 18, 16, 10, 16, 15, 17, 12, 14. This is the error we got. Error size of array giant monster is too large. That would be 1. Oof, hold on. Billion. Okay. 974,067,200 bytes. More than a gigabyte. Initializing multidimensional arrays. Just as you can initialize a single dimensional array by using braces and separating the elements by commas, you can initialize a multidimensional array with braces and commas and all that jazz too. But to do this, you combine arrays inside arrays, as in this code. Int numbers 5, 6 equals. So then you have to implement some curly braces. So you put the numbers that you want inside the curly braces, and then you separate the, oopsie, hello again, closing curly brace from the next set's opening curly brace with a comma. You don't have to have a space, but it just makes it more readable if you either use a new line space like is in here, or at least just a regular white space. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is in the first set. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I feel like they skipped 11 for some reason. Whatever. This is the second set. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is in the next set. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 is in the set. And the last set is 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. The hard part is remembering whether you put in 5 batches of 6 or 6 batches of 5. Think of it like this. Each time you add another dimension, I will say, having to think about this kind of thing really does kind of improve your math skills, because this whole idea of batches, that's kind of like what me, I didn't really learn it kind of like how to consider the thing that you were multiplying to the other thing. So it's kind of nice to think about it in that sort of way, like how they said 5 by 6 or is it 6 by 5? Like, yeah, that is kind of interesting. It, like, mathematically it doesn't matter, but when you think about it in terms of computer science, it's a change. It's a change. If you're not exact and you try to debug something and you think you're getting one thing, or if you're running a test on something and you think you're getting one thing, you're going to fail that test, very likely, eventually. Then you had to go back and try to figure out why it was that you failed that test. I don't mean school tests. I mean literally when you make tests, when you implement unit testing in your program, that will fail a test eventually. The hard part is remembering whether you put in, etc. Think of this: each time you add another dimension, it goes inside the previous dimension. That is, you can write a single dimensional array like this. Int, more numbers, 5 equals 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Then, if you add a dimension to this array, each number in the initialization is replaced by an array initializer of the form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you end up with the properly formatted multi-dimensional array. All right, let me change up the camera again. Goodness gracious. What do you guys... Oh, thank you. That's kind. I appreciate the kindness. Hopefully we have less of the grannies going on. That's always nice. Goodness gracious. No, I'm nobody's granny. God had other plans for my life, I guess. All right, let's see. Okay, not yet. Okay, great. Passing multi-dimensional arrays. Pop. Oh, my boyfriend said something. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, back again. Did I lose everybody? Sorry, I had to respond to that. I'm like so good at not remembering to respond to things. Okay. So, passing, there we go. Passing, Gosha, there you are. Oh, really? Okay, so I was like wonderful at pretty much, this is not me trying to brag. This is just, all right. So my personal life was kind of super crap, like very crap. So I put pretty much all my efforts into school stuff. So as such, I happen to be really good at pretty much all of the school stuff. Through elementary school and through middle school. And then high school happened and things changed with what is considered STEM things. My science well, it was wonderful when it came to the biology, when it came to the physical science. But as soon as you start having their chemistry in the mix and my memory was just not it, I was like, oh no. And then the math was, oh no. And it was a terrible time. And that continued to be the case through college, the first part of college, when I was pursuing my associate's degree. And then so finally got to the point of statistics where I was pretty much done with math. I was like, this is kind of funny. I got a B. I'm done with math. I finished. Rarely am I ever done with school. That's why I'm eventually probably going to end up going for a PhD because I just can't seem to not school. It's like all I really know. But anyway, I then decided, oh hey, want to get into computer science as my major. Oh, come on, my watch is telling me to get up. All right, fine. Woo, getting up. I'm getting up. Do you see me getting up, watch? Hello, I'm moving. Oh, goodness. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'm sitting too much. They're right. They're not wrong. Oh, okay. But yeah, so then eventually I just had to try to get used to math again. And Khan Academy was super helpful with that. Yeah, I know my head is totally cut off, but I'm just trying to get up. Does this watch realize that I am moving yet? No, maybe I don't know. Turn them off? Oh, okay. I guess I could do that. I'll have to do that later though. Kind of busy right now. All right. Oh, okay. I technically probably should have been special ed, but I just masking really good at that, and it just never was a problem. Again, in elementary school or junior high school, I didn't start really having issues until high school. But anyway, Khan Academy, Khan Academy was like super helpful and great for getting me over my math. And then when it came to there was a brief time before I decided on computer science as career goals where I was trying to be an occupational therapist. So I went back and took a college level biology class and ended up getting an A. Granted, I couldn't quite do the lab component. Okay, just gonna zip up nice because I forgot this shirt is a little too big. So, no. Okay, I gotta go again. Briefly. Ooh. I didn't completely lose the, stream. Oh, good, because I gotta try and do something. I didn't completely lose the, stream. Oh, good, because I gotta try and do something real quick. Okay, I'll be back. I'm pretty sure ow. I got my knee. Ow. Okay, I'm doing a test. My boyfriend thinks if I turn off if I turn off the lights, the ones I keep in the background, that will help with the gee whiz. I feel like people, Anton probably had to go somewhere. And who else was here? Ryan. You were here for a sec, and then you disappeared. John King. Nice. Yeah, best life. I don't know about that, but I'm glad some people are having fun. Oh, all right. Intermission. I gotta play around with this lights thing. So I'm gonna set it up, and then oops. Oh. Hi. I think it's only AI3Z. Oh, only AI3XZ? Terrified? Is that cranky face? Or is that a I'm done face? I'm sure that's called something. That looks like my I'm over it face. And fire. Hello. Alright. So there's hey, I should probably switch that the other way. Okay, great. So there's that one. Oh, Alex. Oh, I see now. Yeah, hi Alex. How you doing? I'm testing something out with the lights. Just doing a little intermission. Then I'm supposed to do some reading from this book. So my boyfriend wanted me to show him what things look like when I don't have the background light on. Oh. Here, let me. Oh, is your random? Your username is random? I'm sorry, I'm very messy. All right, so I have the lights, right? These lights and that lights. And I have those lights. And he's like, oh, try and have them. Maybe if those backlights are off, then maybe this light will be a little more obvious, sort of deal. Oh, I'm doing okay. Just kind of like figuring some things out with this setup for dancing time, which will likely be later, and also messy, very messy. All right. Yeah. And then I was reading a book, looking forward to continuing with that part. And no, I can't leave these other lights on too long because it's called batteries. And yeah. So I gotta take a little step away. Oh, thank you. Me too. I'm so glad that my boyfriend was kind enough to surprise me with this light. It also has like different functions and stuff. And what I like is it does sort of have that audio. If you notice as I'm speaking, all of these lights kind of have a little audio thing going on, which is something I was hoping would help with the music when I do the dancing, etc. Yeah, I kind of like a disco light. Oh, gosh, Gosha, you're back. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so, right, so I have to step away from this app, which means you'll probably pause the stream a bit so I can record a video. I'm just glad I can do this so I could text that to him because he was interested to know if, like, not having those lights in the back on, if that, like, did any difference. So I'll be right back. You never heard of disco light? Oh goodness, Google that. It's fun times. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so let's see what he says to that. I think I just kind of need to wait till it gets darker. I don't think I have a choice. Just have a big open window that I'm not closing because I'm worried I'm going to break the blinds if I try and do that. So I'd rather just wait for it to get dark by nature. Okay. All right. I think that was the next enough of a break. Yeah, sorry. I had to step away from the app, and when I do that, it kind of messes the stream up there. And that does too. Hi. Sorry for people who have earbuds. I don't know why I have the drop today. Wow. But I'm especially having the dropsies today. And no, I'm not on anything. I just have a thing with gravity that involves sometimes I just can't. But again, at least it's not me doing the falling. I'm glad about that. It's been at least 30, no, 25 years since I had to worry about that so much. All right, here we go. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got them from, where did I get them from? JCPenney. They had a nice little affordable set. Oh, since you brought it up, hold on, I'll go get the set. Ooh. Hold on, be right back. I don't mind intermissions. Oh, this is a fun stream. It's supposed to be C++, but I don't have, I'm good at distracting, I guess. Okay. Okay. Share time. Let's go. Okay, so this is what I wore for my commencement. This, because I wanted to match the school colors. And then these guys. So that's nice. I tend to like these kinds of earrings because I don't know what it is. I know it is. I try to sleep in these things. And when you're trying to be a sleeper with the earrings, especially where I sleep, the regular earrings they don't know what's going on. So then they pop off in random places. And sometimes when I'm not home, so I lose things. So this right here, these were the old earrings that I was wearing for too long. Then I got the set that includes these earrings. Put that one. That's better. You can see that one better. And then, so that's one of the ridges. But it also has like these swoops. Hold on, let me demo this properly. So that has ridges, and this one has this like thing going on with the swirls. So one's a ridges. Can you see that? Yeah, ridges and swirls. Ultimately I'm an art buff at heart, so if it's something that looks artistic, I'm a lot more interested. And then the third pair, oopsie, can I even come close to holding this correctly? Maybe not. Oh, kind of. That's just a regular simple, smooth type of thing. My problem is I have a CPAP. And typically this wasn't a problem because my old CPAP mask used to just have the clips. And I love the magnets, but the magnets love my earrings. And so it's been yanking the heck out of. And finally this ear was just like had enough. So I had to take a break from my earrings over the weekend for a bit. So I'm probably going to have to try not to sleep in them for a bit. We'll see how long that goes. I like the kind of jewelry you can just put on and keep on. All right. Oh no, they don't hurt. No, they're fine. Battery power. Oh, I forgot that silly me. I came here with the intent of charging my phone and keeping it charged, and then I forgot that part. And now my phone is going the wrong way. And or my earbud. Let me check. Nope, it's my phone. Whoopsie. If I lose you guys, it's just because my battery died on my phone because I forgot that part. Silly me. I thought I did that part, but then I didn't though. Oopsie, messed up my lights. Okay. It was a good plan. Okay, found it. I'm like, where's that part of this? There, that's what I was looking for. Okay. I could take a break from charging my computer. Why not? Oops, forgot what I was doing. Okay. Just gonna have to do some adjustments to keep this live going for a bit longer. Huh? It's been, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Here in the United States of America, earrings for anybody has been an established thing for a while now. If you like earrings, go for it. That's how it is in the United States of America. That hasn't changed. We have been doing that now since at least the 80s. Since when I was in diapers, if not before that. I am personally not the kind of gal who tells people how to do their own damn business, is the thing. Just like when I could show up to a job, I'm not trying to tell people how to do their job. I just have to work with whatever the job is that day. But I will say, if you are a person who likes X, Y, or Z, and you have people in your direct support group who may be opposed to that, you have to do a cost-benefit analysis of which thing is most important. That thing that you like that they don't like, or their support. That's the tricky thing. All right, I think that's been enough intermissions. Oh, you don't have to stop wearing them even in your 30s. No worries. That's why people are just too damn worried about what other people are thinking. And there goes that. Ooh, spooky. Who's got a scary story time? Oh, yeah. That's good to be able to have things to help you here. Okay. Did I miss anything else? $21. Nice. That's a nice age. Oh, hopefully you didn't get too sloshed for your 21st birthday. My youngest sister, whew, her friends just, oh boy, took her out and got her all kinds of drunk. My younger sister, she's like, oh no, I couldn't even do any of that because by the time I was 21, I was pregnant. That's what she said. So no getting smashed. So, and then I'm just too boring. So I guess maybe my youngest sister decided that she had, since she was the youngest of four, and none of us really got sloshed, she just had to make up for our not getting drunk. Something like that. Who knows? This just doesn't want to cooperate anymore. It just says no. I can be down. That's the great thing. Yeah, 21's that age. I'm just saying you don't necessarily have to go get completely plastered, though. I'm a firm believer in moderation. Anyway. Books times passing multi-dimensional arrays. If you have to pass a let me make sure. Oh, yeah, I hear you. I've always been like, It is rare that I have ended up in a bar, and usually there's no drinking involved. Not usually, all the time, because I'm just not really like I used to love some Margaritaville time with my boyfriend back in the day. That was like our thing. Every so often on a Friday, we'd have some very wonderful Mexican food, like enchiladas, and some Margaritaville time. Or like getting something from Rubio's, which is a place out here. And that was a nice thing. But it's been a long time since that was a thing. So unless I'm doing something with him, or like for, let's see, New Year's Eve, then I'll go and ring in the New Year. But other than that, I'm not really into drinking. This is water. Just so we're clear. It's water. I just need to stay hydrated. I have issues where I can't really drink water when I'm out and about without issues. So I effectively have to squeeze in all of my water drinking when I'm at home. I mean, okay, so Alex, the thing about alcohol is with about all kinds of things. It's bad for people who somehow or another, or bad mixed with it. Like if somebody can manage to do alcohol in a way that it's not completely debilitating, either their functionality or their ability to go off and be independent, hold down a job. Yeah, it's good to have the water. It's important. Body is like 70% of that. But also finances. Like if it's to the point, if alcohol's to the point where it's messing any or all of those up, yeah, take a break. Like my son and I know, thankfully, it does seem like they have their second time now. We've been working on their sobriety, and it does seem like they're taking it more serious than the first time around. So that's great. In his case, he's got issues. And everybody's kind of on their own little blip on whether it's going to be an issue or it's not going to be an issue. I don't know. That's the tricky thing about it. There's like, you kind of just err on the side of caution if you don't want to have to worry about whether or not you have an issue. Or if you don't want to err on the side of caution, you have to be grown up enough to realize, oh, maybe I should set some kind of metrics. And if I happen to cross whatever these lines are, that should be indication enough of me that I have a problem and I need to tone this back. But where is the opportunity for people with those kinds of problems? And I speak this from dealing with a lot of people in my life who I love who just can't seem to do it. And they just keep on with the same crap. Over and over and over and over and over. Getting absolutely nowhere. So I stay away from drugs. I don't really do the alcohol. All I try and do is school and improvement and C++, All-In-One For Dummies. And dancing time. Trying to get a little fitness time in. Trying to make some good choices. Okay. Passing a multi-dimensional arrays. If you have to pass a multi-dimensional array to a function, things can get just a bit hairy. That's because you don't have as much freedom in leaving off the array sizes as you do with single dimensional arrays. But suppose you have this function. I'm about to show the function. Oh, yes, I hear you. I mean, I'm very limited on the medication that we're not going to go into all of that, especially with the current state of politics in this country. But I've always been of the mindset, if it's not absolutely necessary, including like if I have a headache, I'd rather figure out some other method of dealing with that headache before I try and go to, whoopsie, to anything like that. All right, so then int add all int migrate 5 6 int xy int sum equals 0 for move the floor light. Okay, new tips. Okay, move the floor light. Okay, I'm gonna be away for a bit so I can do. Oh, hi, hello. Okay, I gotta go and check what this new tip is. I have to move the floor light somewhere. Granted, it's kind of hard to do that because, oh yeah, I can't really. K through 12 doesn't really have the money. Pre-K definitely doesn't have the money. And college, I feel like I gotta get a PhD to increase my opportunities of teaching college. So, I don't plan on being a teacher anytime soon. But I could tutor. That's true. Okay, new task. Change the position of... Oh, that is helping. Okay, that's fun. That's kind of working nice. Now that the light is... Did I lose everybody with that last one? Sorry. Okay, I'm kind of locked in and I don't like it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost y'all. And also, I have to charge my phone because I forgot to charge it. So you can't do a walk with me. Okay, talking to myself. That's pretty usual. Okay, changing the position of this guy. Ugh. Aw, really? You all just said, oh, poof. Too many goodbyes. Yeah, I know the feeling. I got a lot of those as a substitute teacher. Okay, moving that over there. Wants to plug it in. Here. What? Doesn't work. Okay. Trying to figure out. People are done. Okay then. I guess. Okay. Okay. Okay, so. Wow. Just broke the stream. Sorry, guys. Guess that happens sometimes. Alright, I'm gonna break it a little more. Ooh. I'll be back. I don't know who's gonna be here, but okay. And nobody's here to care. That happens. Ooh-wee. Okay, I'll give people a chance to come back or not. Let me put these things back before I lose them. Okay, back again. Woo! Playing around with lights again. Sorry, I had to step out. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to go a step away again, and I guess maybe people are like, hey, this is crazy. They're not wrong, but it is what it is. Always with the multitasking. Ooh, I wonder if I left the computer on. Would that keep things from just suddenly poofing? Would that count? Or would I just be a spectator? Questions. Ooh, all right. Well, I'm going to continue on. So, make this adjustment. Water time, please. That's dramatic. Ooh. The part of me that was pursuing film school briefly. Ooh. Yes. Approves. It's nice. Okay. Oh, I gotta show. I'm trying to play music in my ear. That's probably not a good thing. Okay, here we go. Let me show this guy. Okay. It says, add all int my grid 5, 6 int xy int sum equals 0 for x equals 0. As long as x is less than 5, increment x for y equals 0. As long as y is less than 6, increment y sum plus or equals my grid xy return sum. So far, the function header is fine because we're explicitly stating the size of each dimension, but you may want to do this. Int add all into my grid. Or maybe pass the sizes as well. Int add all int my grid, int rows and columns. But unfortunately, this is especially good to know for computer vision. But unfortunately, when we compile either of these two lines, we get this error. Declaration of my grid as multidimensional array must have bounds for all dimensions except the first. That's strange. The compiler is telling us that we must explicitly list all the dimensions, but it's okay if we leave the first one blank, as with one-dimensional arrays. So that means this crazy thing will compile. Int add all int my grid with that being empty, and then that's when having a 6. How about that? The reason is that the compiler treats multi-dimensional arrays in a special way. A multi-dimensional array is not really a two-dimensional array, for example. Rather, it's an array of an array. Thus, deep down inside C++, the compiler treats the statement my grid with the straight braces with a 5 inside and straight braces with a 6 inside as if it were my grid with the straight braces with a 5. Okay, he's liking that one. Center? Okay, we have some more light changing time. Okay, so he's saying it would look good, even better, in the center of the love seat. Technically, I'm sitting on the love seat, so I guess he's talking about the thing I'm sitting on, so I'm going to try that. Sure, why not? I'm going to put this water in the kitchen, because knowing me, if I don't do this soon, I'm going to have a very big water mess sticking out, and I don't want to do that. Okay. Sorry for those of you who have earbuds on, but if you do, you might want to turn down your volume a little for a bit. I'm about to move the table. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, moving the table. Okay. This is good. This is a good sign. Earlier he wanted no parts of any of this, but I think he's seeing that I'm just trying to figure some things out with my life when it comes to hobbies and or potential supplementary income things. So we'll see. Oh no. Sorry. I had to move, rearrange the plug, and that didn't quite go too good. All right, so this is how he wants it. That's what it seems like. I still don't know how I'm supposed to. Well, anyway, now I gotta go and take a shot of this new setup and text that to him, and then he can let me know his thoughts. So I'm gonna be right back. If anyone's at all interested in sticking around. Ooh, if I've totally annoyed a bunch of you guys, okay. So let me turn this guy off. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Party people in the house. Ooh. You. All right. I can't guarantee there won't be more intermissions and more interruptions from the stream. So if everybody bailed out, I get it. All right. So, okay, I have an idea. Hi, sorry, that was extended. Oh, that hurts my eyes so much. Ooh, I wish that would work because that'd be great. But no, that hurts my eyes too much. Okay, back at it. Oh, let me remember to plug my phone in so it doesn't totally die. Yeah, that part. Sorry, we're just playing around with lights. We're having a nice little talk. He was saying he expected the lights he got me to have a certain effect, and he's like trying to figure out. Okay, cool. But yeah, how to try to get him to do that effect. Okay, cool. Talking to no one yet again. Okay, great. Hi. Oh, that's kind of nice. I like that one. Oh, that's not too bad. Ooh, fun. Okay. I'm thirsty. I need water. Okay. Huh? Yeah, I'm back. Still trying to read this book. Hello. More things are happening. Okay. Yes, water time. I love it. I just had to get step away. Ooh. All right. Uh. Okay. I thought he wants it at the chair. Technically, what he's calling the love seat is the chair. This is why I got confused. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. I see. I see. All right. Now, how am I supposed to? No. Okay. Technically, I can do that, but probably not tonight because. No, hold on. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, yeah, I could still keep my thing charged. Okay, okay, that's doable. Oh, also I can just move this over. Oh, I feel like I have to unplug things. I don't even have to unplug it. I just have to walk it over. Hold on, I gotta walk this over. And then I gotta go and take another video and send the video. Because we're, what do you call it? Troubleshooting. It's troubleshooting. Oops, hello. I keep forgetting not to pull that cable. So I keep on forcing the tension to loosen on the little tripod that holds my phone up. So we're having all kinds of fun today. All kinds of fun. This guy, I got this. It's interesting, all the things that are coming up and being helpful. This I got for my computer vision class for one of the assignments. And the little camera I got to help record my notes. No, not my notes, my lectures. Because I had video recording as an accommodation, thankfully, for the majority of my classes. So that camera really came in handy. On Saturday when I was doing, it's a very good camera compared to my laptop's camera. Okay, so he wants to see what it looks like to have, oopsie. He doesn't like what? Oh, come on. Okay, some other text. Okay, pardon. But they're not on the floor. I mean, they don't see on the floor. Ah, snap. He wants me to do a sample dance. That's doable. I don't have to end the stream for that. I just wasn't exactly planning on doing that right now, but okay, sure. Okay, first is I'm putting this phone down. I'm still here. I just have to change up things. That's what I get to do from him. But he does it for me, so it's all good. And he is trying to help me out. That's the thing. Can't really complain about that. He is really good at this kind of thing. I'm more about the artsy fartsy. Let's just do it. Let's just break things. Let's just break things and do it. And he's more into the getting things accomplished and the planning and the managing. So we'll see. Oh. Okay. I am trying to figure out how to do this. I gotta figure out a sample dance, but not leave the live stream. I don't think I can go on TikTok right now with this phone app on, but maybe I can. But then how does that work as a sample? Oh, okay. Technically speaking, when you TikTok, you have settings where you can have the video record on your phone, phone's memory or device's memory. So what I could do is, assuming TikTok lets me, I could do a TikTok dance that's strictly to be private, then use the video that gets made, that the one on my device, send him that so you could look at that. Okay, that's doable. Okay, I'm gonna be AFK for a bit while I try and do what my boyfriend is requesting. I know, right? I was expecting to be doing C++. Just my boyfriend and I were talking about this light situation like hours ago. And then when he started heading on doing his rest of this thing, I was like, oh, I'm going to try and work on the light situation. And I wasn't really expecting him to like actually want to help with that. But he does. So, hey, bonus. So, this is going to be a bit. I'll be back. Probably less than 5 minutes. Even less if the TikTok doesn't start up. Okay. Oh, if everybody got bored and went home. I understand. Okay. So that part's done. Now, hopefully my theory works where I can get access to the the file so I could text that to him. Okay, so that didn't work. And my next best thing is to play the video, use my screen cap while playing the video and send that to him. Then I'll investigate why my chat is gone. I think I might have overextended my break. We'll see. I've overextended my break. We'll see. Okay, that part worked great. But my chat is definitely weird. Oh. So my YouTube says I'm live. But I'm not really seeing that. Oh, but there is somebody here. Hi. My chat disappeared and I don't know what that means. Hello. Okay, so I'm trying to hope that I have enough computer power to tell whether or not my chat is still a thing. Okay, let's see.
Now connected to desktop CFS Enio.
Because it might be gone. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see. Okay. I wasn't expecting this to turn into light troubleshooting time, but life. What can I say? Okay, so I do have a chat. I just can't see it. Okay, it says the chat was disconnected. That's interesting. And there goes my computer. Okay, so it says my chat was disconnected. And I have this nice idea how to get chat back. Wow, this has just been a wild stream. All right. What I can do. Okay. Plan B. Use my computer cord over there on the strip that's over there. Oh boy. Okay. Cool. Okay. So, new goal. I might not have a chat for the rest of this live stream because I think I took too many breaks. But if it at least works on my computer, then that's helpful. If it doesn't, my options are just keep it going as is, or try to restart the stream. Oh, that's a thought. If I bail from the chat, like all the way bail from the chat, like cut off the app, it might force me. Okay, here's the plan. Force the app closed then try to start it, then see about starting a live, which it should say something around the lines of, okay, so here's the plan. My chat is gone. And when I checked on the computer, I'll check it again right now. It was saying that it was deactive. So I'm checking it just right now on my computer. So yeah, my chat seems to have disappeared. That is true. Okay, now it's like connected? What? Oh, someone. Oh, here, that's came on. Am I the only chatter? Please, please, please. See if you can chat. I was able to chat on my computer, but I'm the only one. No? Okay. Okay. Because my next best option is to try to force stop the app and then see if it makes me sign back in. And hope that that's going to bring back the chat. Wow, this has been quite a stream. Goodness. Okay. That's not necessarily a bad idea. I just don't know if it's going to work. All right. YOLO and all. Yay! Yes! All right. Computer science for the win. That could have gone wrong, but it didn't. Yay. Okay, that's back. Awesome. Okay, we're just going to do it this way for a bit. I'm kind of getting tired of sitting up on there. All right. So continuing on with the reading. Yes, please. Whew. I should just get my yoga mat out. Made a thing. All right, here we go. So the idea was passing, right? That's where we left off. Okay, the chat is back. I stopped the app. I started live. They said if I want to resume or not. I said yes, and the chat's back. Okay, back to the book. Okay, so then I was talking about passing multidimensional blah blah, and they said it's like an array of an array. Thus, down inside C++, the compiler treats the statement might, ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's better. Okay. Okay. 5. Okay. Thus, deep down inside C++, where each item in the array is itself an array of size 6. Sorry. Thus, deep down inside C++, the compiler treats the statement my grid, brace, 5. I can see you. I had to restart the app. I had to throw the app off, then come back in the app, and then I hit live, and then it asked if I wanted to resume, so I said yes, and then it came back. That was weird though. Didn't know that was a thing. Okay, learning. And also I was working on my computer. No, I guess it's disconnected. Is it disconnected? I mean, technically I don't think it's disconnected right now. I think it was. Whatever. I'm focusing. Reading time. Okay. And you're free not to specify the size of a one-dimensional array. Okay, let me back up. Thus, deep down inside C++, the compiler treats the statement mygrid brace with a 5 inside, with the straight braces with the 6 inside, as if it were mygrid braces with a 5 inside, where each item in the array is itself an array of size 6, and you're free not to specify the size of a one-dimensional array. Well, the first brackets represent the one-dimensional portion of the array, so you can leave that space blank, as you can with other one-dimensional arrays. But then after that, you have to give the array bounds. Sounds strange, we know, and perhaps just a bit contrived, but it's C++ and it's the rule. You can leave the first dimensions blank in a function header, but you must specify the remaining dimension sizes. Interesting. I just thought of something. If I keep this playing, but just mute it, is that working? Maybe. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay. So I'm just looking at my computer. Just in case anyone cares. Okay. Oh, it does say the number watching. I guess it's just me though. I am the one person watching. Oh, great. It's like Twitch. Okay. Oh, joy. I get to watch myself. Yay. Okay. Tip. Oh, come on. I was just taking a break from breaks. Okay. So, tip. When using multi-dimensional arrays, it is often easier on our brains if we think of them as an array of arrays. Then we use a typedef so that instead of it being an array of arrays, it's an array of some user-defined type, such as grid row. Either of the following function headers, for example, is confusing. Int add all int mygrid 6 int add all int mygrid 6 and count. Here's your recommendation. Use type def. So here's a cleaner way. Type def int grid row 6 int add all grid row mygrid int size int xy int sum equals 0 for x equals 0 as long as x is less than size, increment x for y equals 0 as long as y is less than 6, increment y, sum plus or equals mygrid xy, return sum. The type def line defines a new type called grid row. This type is an array of 6 integers. Then in the function, you're passing an array of grid rows. Using this type def is the same as simply using 2 brackets, except it emphasizes that you're passing an array of an array. That is an array in which each member is in itself an array of type grid row. Arrays and command line parameters. In a typical C++ application, the main function receives an array and a count as command line parameters. Parameters provided as part of the command to execute. Oh, hold on. I don't need to. Okay. Hi again. So, okay, bye again. Okay. So, think of the two parameters in a typical C++ application. The main function receives an array and a count as command line parameters. Parameters provided as part of the command to execute the application at the command line. However, to beginning programmers, the parameters can look intimidating, but they're not. Think of the two parameters as an array of strings and the size of the array. However, each string in this array of strings is actually a character array. In the old days of C and earlier breeds of C++, no string class was available. Thus, strings were always character arrays, usually denoted as char star myString. Remember, an array and a pointer can be used interchangeably for the most part. Thus, you could take this thing and turn it into an array either by throwing brackets at the end, as in char star myString with the brackets and a space and another bracket, or by making use of the fact that an array is a pointer and adding a second pointer symbol, as in char star star myString. The following code from the command line params example shows how you can get the command line parameters. Okay, I'm going to show the book. Include IOStream, that stands for input output stream, using namespace standard, int main, int argc, char star argv, int loop for loop equals 0 for as long as loop is less than argc, loop plus plus, c out, argv loop, inline, return 0. When you complete it, I don't get it. Okay, when you complete, compile this application, name the executable command line params, and then run it from the command prompt using the following command. Okay. Yeah, they're kind of like, actually, yeah, that's what they're doing. So, using the following command line params ABC, DEF, and then in the string you put ABC, then the space, and then 1, 2, 3. You see the following output. Note that the application name comes in as the first parameter and the quoted items come as a single parameter. Command line params ABC, DEF, ABC, space 1, 2, 3. Okay, so then it says, tip, you can also specify the command trying to see how much longer, how many more pages there are before. Quite a lot. So 20 just to get through chapter 1. Boo. Tip, when using multidimensional arrays, it's often easier on our brains. No, I don't know if having the earbuds make a difference or not, but I'll put them on just in case. Okay, tip, you can also specify command line arguments using the IDE for debugging purposes. When working with the code blocks compiler, I don't need to worry about that. Allocating an array on the heap. Arrays are useful, but it would be a bummer if the only way you could use them were as stacked variables. If you could allocate an array on the heap by using the new keyword, that would be nice. If you can't quite remember the difference between the stack and the heap, check out the heaping and stacking the variables section in book 1, chapter 7. Well, good news, you can, but you need to know about a couple of little tricks to make it work. First, you can easily declare an array on the heap by using new int with the braces with the 50 inside. For example, think about what this is doing. It declares 50 integers on the heap, and the new word returns a pointer to the allocated array. But unfortunately, the makers of C++ didn't see it that way. For some reason, they based the array pointer type on the first element of the array, which is, of course, the same as all the elements in the array. Well, Gosha or Gosha, the thing with that is, if it's one-dimensional, then you're only dealing with a row. But if you're dealing with a multi-dimensional array, if you're dealing with a two-dimensional array, yeah, you got rows and columns. That's typically how that gets portrayed as rows and columns when it's a two-dimensional array, or a three-dimensional or a four-dimensional. It adds on to the number of rows. And then the elements are what is defined as the columns. Thus, the call new int 50 returns a pointer of type int star, not something that explicitly points an array, just as the call does. Oh no, no worries. I'm just saying, you could technically say that the array that's one-dimensional has at least one column and at least one row. So it could be to exist as an array that's not an empty set, it could be an empty set. You do have the option of initializing an array and then later on trying to say what it is later. So then it's empty, then we're talking about zeros. But if you're not talking about an empty array, then you have an array. If it's a one-dimensional array with one element, that counts as an array. It's a boring array, but it's an array. So as long as it has at least one dimension that has one element, then it is by rights an array. It's just an array in which you have initialized the size to 1 and you just added a single element into that array. So effectively, you could say the rule is for a non-empty array, it needs to have at least one array of 0 arrays. So as far as there's no additional arrays within an array, it's just that one thing. I'm just kind of just going. Okay, so part of the thing is I am trying to rush this much more of the book before the 5th of December. So, but yeah, thank you for your patience. Sometimes I'm great at teaching. I'm not feeling it today. I apologize, especially for all the so far I haven't heard anything about the sample dance. If you're wondering, I haven't heard anything. So I don't know, maybe my river just got busy. He's kind of busy, so he might have just gotten busier. Okay. Okay, so nice, huh? But that's okay. We can deal with it. So if you want to save the results of new int 50 in a variable, you have to have a variable of type int star as in the following. Int star my array equals new int 50. Okay, fine. Let me just, okay. So the thing with the array, this is multi. That's anything above 1 dimensions. So what they would start off with was talking just about a singular array. In this case, you're dealing with just a 1-dimensional array. So what I'm saying is, in this part, you could say int my numbers and put a 1 inside there and say that you only had the number 1 in there. Then you're dealing with a 1-dimensional array that only has 1 element. But you could also have a situation that they were saying where you don't add in. So in this case, if you left this just here, where you said int my numbers and you had that part, and then you just dropped your semicolon there, then until you actually later on say my numbers with the braces equals this thing, until you actually get to that point, you'd be dealing with an array that has no elements in it. That's a 1-dimensional array that has no elements in it. I don't know if that helps, but so array could either be consistent of an empty set or one dimension with one item or elements, I should say. Or it could be multiple dimensions, all with a single element. Or it could be multiple dimensions with multiple elements, or it can be some combination of some dimensions having a single element and some other dimensions having multiple elements. Anyway, I'm just getting in the weeds. Okay, so allocating around the heap. Oh, actually, here, they do talk about arrays earlier, like they said in book 1. That would be worth a review real quick, because I feel like I'm kind of just totally talking like I right now I feel like I'm doing for you what a lot of my professors do when it's like seems like super simple obvious to them, and I'm just kind of like, no, it's not obvious. I'm very confused. So let me see, maybe I can find a different thing that talks about race in here. I think the part of chapter 3, which was storing the data. Okay. Pretty sure that's how it is when they go over all these different kinds of data structures. No. Integers, characters, strings, booleans, conditional operations. Okay. I'm about to have to get my dry erase stuff as thing. Because I'm like more of a visual learner myself, and sometimes it's just easier to teach with one of those than it is just trying to talk. Okay, let me just double check before I go and grab that. Okay, fine. I'm gonna just go and get my. No, they're not really. In fact, I believe it's 3rd grade math over here. They started trying to use effectively. They're trying to be a little more clear about how addition is repeated. Sorry, multiplication is repeated addition, and so and I kind of like it. So I try to implement it when I have the opportunity to. Is when you're a 3rd grader or higher, you don't know your multiplication math skills. It's kind of nice to think of it in terms of an array. Ooh, hold on, be right back. And I can see a 2-dimensional array. Okay. Looks like nobody's interested in this part. All right. I'm just gonna go over it just for the sake of going over it. It helps to have a visual. Okay, so what I'm saying is okay, I can't right now. He's got another suggestion. I think I'm gonna have to end the stream pretty soon so I can like technically achieve the goal, which was wait until it got darker so I could get these math videos, not math, dance videos in. So here, let me just run through this. I mean, technically speaking, when you think of okay, let's focus. First, I'm going to introduce array. Then I'm going to introduce how it is effectively what is happening in terms of looking at an array of numbers and performing effectively an algorithm on numbers. Okay. Oh, gee whiz. Okay. This here is an array that is one dimension and is empty. There's nothing in there. So here's an array that exists. So when you first do that part that said, okay, so if I did int my number with that brace thing going on, and this is when I have to flip the camera. Okay. Oh my goodness. All the notes. No, it wasn't centered. I was trying to, okay. I can see that I'm going to have to continue working on dancing time. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to close the stream up. But first, let me finish my thought. Effectively, when you do this code, well, let me do it correctly. When you're using C++, you must have your semicolon. There are some languages that you don't need semicolon, but C++ is a language where you're required to have semicolon. So when you're doing this line of code, what you're effectively doing is you're starting on an empty array. So it's an array that's only got one dimension and there's nothing in there. So effectively, if you were to say either of the following int my number okay, technically speaking, if we're being accurate, this right here gives you some amount of space, but it's kind of unknown how big the array is. If you want to know that that is just a one-dimensional array with one element, that's when you write the one in. Just pretend that I wrote that beautifully. So that's your, sorry, technically speaking, that is the one, but that's empty because you haven't put anything in there. But then if you go and you say, okay, well, I want the int my number one, size of 1, this array that I call my number that has a size of 1. I want this to have the integer of 100. 100. Then you have yourself a box, just the one. But has the integer of 100 in there. You see how that works? So they're seeing, so that's how it goes with the single, the one-dimensional arrays. But then we're dealing with the multi-dimensional simple. I like simple, easy examples. The simple, easy example of that is, I'm going to write it real quick and then show you. This is what I have to do when I'm at work. I could talk all I want, but I'm going to write it down and then show it to you so I could talk about it more. Okay, so when you're dealing with this is a multidimensional, as in it's 2 because it has what we consider to be column. It's always column first because how it goes. So this is the thing you got to remember when you're dealing with computer vision or when you're dealing with maps. As in the mathematical sense of what a map is, you have to go from left to right and then down, and left to right and then down, and left and then right and then down, like a typewriter. So effectively, this is saying, thank you. So effectively, this is just saying that you have these 2 empty boxes, and things need to be put in there. And then technically, I should have called it my numbers because it's an array of something just more than one number, but whatever. And then you can go ahead and you can initialize that with items they were seeing. Oh, that's right. And the way you do that is you would then on the next line of your code. Because the thing with code is, it's just basically stuff that you type that then you put in the right kind of file, where the file then gets used by the right kind of program to make things happen. That's pretty much all it is. Pretty much anyone who knows how to type and can follow some rules can code. Which is kind of why AI is probably going to take a lot of jobs away if it hasn't already. Anyway. So then, if you want to fill that array, oh, sorry, my apologies. Technically speaking, that is this way. Yeah. So then you're dealing with this 100 and then 200. Because there's only one element in your first row. So that means there's only one column in your first row. And that happens to be a 100. And then there's only one element in your second row, which is the 200. So that's why that's like that. It's not I don't think, like, I know when you throw the code in, it's like, okay, well, I don't really understand that. But I mean, effectively, you're just trying to make those boxes happen. And as far as what I was thinking about addition, okay. So 3 times 5. 3 times 5. So if you treat that in the case of an array, effectively what you're saying is that you have groups of members. So effectively it's 3 groups of 5, and it's just what it was already. So if you have 3 groups of 5, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 row that has 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a second row that has 5 columns. And a third row that has 5 columns. And if you were to count up all of those boxes, you would have 15. So that's what I'm saying. I've seen arrays used to help by some teachers to help their students with learning the multiplication. And I think that's great, because not only are they having a more visual understanding of why multiplication works and thinking in terms of the number of groups of things, or things in groups. I don't quite remember the order. But the order doesn't matter is the great thing about that. But I think it's great that the students in this case, some of the visualizations that I've seen done in math seem a little counterproductive, but this is one that helps out a lot. So what you do, what it is you have 5 columns and you have 3 rows. And the question is, how many elements are in there? So you take your number of columns. Maybe I have this backwards, but the point is, you have your number of columns, in this case this guy, times your number of rows, in that case that guy. And then that's how many elements you have. And in this case, 15. That's why you can just count the number of boxes. So effectively, what you have is the 5 columns, and the thing that's a 15 is the number of elements. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 3. And then if you were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, that's the number of elements you have. So anyway, just mathy. All right, got some more progress in on C++ All-in-One for Dummies. It was a lot more of an entertaining sort of stream than I was expecting to happen. Sorry for all of the breaks. Yeah, 15 elements. I don't usually have to do so many breaks like that. Glad we were able to figure out how to get the chat. I still need to work on these lights apparently. So I'm going to keep at that. And I'm hoping to get a couple, one dancing video in for here on YouTube. That was hard? Oh, bummer. I'm sorry. Okay. Sure. Let me just... let me just try it this way. Now, say that you're just having it this way. All right, this is a one-dimensional, actually no, it's three-dimensional, but it only has one element, right? So it's got the one column, but there's 3 rows, right? And obviously that's just 3, right? And I know it's split. I'm trying not to use the other camera. And you can tell that if you're looking at another three-dimensional guy that only has one element in each column, you can tell that it's 3. Yeah, that one. You can tell that. And then if you just said the following, where you just merge them, pretend that I wrote it beautifully and it was totally accurate. But if you just merge all of them, it doesn't change your count. Your count's still the same. You still have 6 elements. You still have 6 elements. It's just you joined. And then your rows, that didn't change. You still have 3. But what happened was you have your 1 plus your 1 now became a 2. Ugh. But I'm technically the converting between the computer science and the basic arithmetic gets to be a bit, not gonna lie. I understand. I did take algorithms a lot, so I had that problem a lot. Okay, that's pretty much where I'm going to have to put the pin on this. But oh, I guess I'm coming up on 3 hours. Wild. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check out my boyfriend just briefly. Then we're gonna try to just have chat time for the last 6 minutes or so. Okay. Okay. So the floor is open to anyone who. Oh, you're welcome, Gosha or Gasha. I don't know if you're still here, but hopefully. But yeah, the floor is now open. If anyone wants to say anything in the chat, preferably not rude. We're gonna end the stream, and this is, I think, my first time, maybe ever, hitting the 3-hour mark. So let's go ahead and try and hit that mark. That sounds like a fun time. So I'm gonna set my timer for 7 minutes. Sounds reasonable. No, okay, 6 minutes. That's good. All right. Anybody got anything they want to talk about during this less than 6 minutes? But yeah, effectively you gotta think of it as, if you're not a fan of the one, see the same concept applies for when you're dealing with computer vision, you kind of need to break the bigger things down. Oh, well, that's true. I guess I could technically try to do some dancing real quick before I cut the stream. The problem is I can't use anything that is copyrighted. So that's the bummer on it. Because I don't like having to worry about content IDs and stuff like that. It's fine if it happens on the streams I expect that to happen on, but not like these when I'm not expecting that. I do need to do a dance, but that's going to be a YouTube short thing that still been trying to figure out this lighting situation. So if you're interested in seeing what I could up to a little later, keep an eye out for the short. But as far as another dancing stream, that's going to likely be Sunday. I've got too many pots or something, just juggling a lot here. Still have to figure out where I'm working tomorrow. Still don't know that part. Okay, cool. Anything? Something floor lights. Bad. Camera's off center. True. That was off center. Okay. Anybody have anything they would like to say in the chat before I cut off the stream in like 4 minutes? Because, again, I'm trying to get these lights better situated. So is the thing. Alright, Gosha. Thank you so much for joining in. This has definitely been, wow, an experience. So thank you for sticking with it. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day or evening, I'm not sure, but just do you and enjoy. See you next time that you're available, that I am streaming. Might be tomorrow, I don't know. Okay. How's my phone been doing with all this? Probably not charging. Yeah, not really. Kind of. Alright. I'm just gonna stare down the chat and see if anyone has anything to say in the next 2 minutes and 4 seconds. No on the lights? What am I supposed to do? Oh my gosh. This should not be this complicated, honestly. Oh. Alright. It's nice to have things to work on together. So I have to remember that part. Alright, anybody? No? Well, okay. I guess I'll just say the usual then. If you don't already know, I do improvisational dancing. I have a lot of shorts here on YouTube. I also have a couple live streams, well, maybe 3. But as far as those that include copyrighted music, like a couple of live streams, one of them was dancing that involved a C++ time. All-In-One For Dummies thing. I can't remember which one, but one of them did have a. That's why I tend to like to separate the thing I'm doing, because if I try, I don't really have time for editing, so I just try to make sure that I do C++ and C++ and dancing, because I cannot keep track of which is what. I'm also looking forward to doing some art sometime. Let's see. I also have TikTok, Becky828 on there. I have a Patreon. It is a not paid sort of thing, more like a hub sort of deal. Becky828 on there. I have Instagram, Becky828 over there. So that's 3 hours. Wow, I don't even know if I've streamed for that long before. It's gonna be a while for this to upload and process, but still nice. If this is a new thing that happened, that's kind of cool. Achievements, etc. All right. No one said anything. I've just been rambling. I'm going to end the stream. I have to try to figure out what my boyfriend is talking about with the light situation and try and send him another sample song video sort of deal. And hopefully I will still be in the mood to do dancing. If not, that's okay. Tomorrow's another day. Oh, I just know I'm sleepy and hungry, and that part. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody stopping by or who might check this out in the future somehow or another. Whenever you are on your day, whatever you're doing on your day, just make the most of it. Thank you very kindly. Bye-bye.